Hi guys, welcome to Surge Online this week. It is great to have you with us. Thank you very much for coming. And this evening we have a great little show for you. So in a short while, Laura is going to be sharing a little message with you all. So stick around for that, it'll be very good. And in a moment we'll have yet another great challenge from Beth-Anne. Now, this week's challenge isn't for the faint-hearted. If you vomit at the sight of like dribble or vomit, then probably don't watch this video. But it is very funny for everyone else, so please do stick around. And you know, this is the challenge I'll be undertaking in a couple of weeks, so probably not to say too much, because I have no idea how I'll actually react. But it'll be funny all the same. And no doubt I will win, because this is 1-1 and the Beth-Anne versus Nature challenges now. So this week is going to be putting somebody in the lead, so it's quite an important one. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Beth-Anne.
Good morning, evening, Surge. It's great to be with you. You may be thinking, why she looks a bit crazy today. Well, I've had some blueberry bonbons, and I'm going to do a challenge. This is a blindfold, and just in case you didn't think it was good enough, I'm putting an apron, I can't see anymore, an apron around my face as well. And my lovely sister, she's over there. Give us a wave, Elena. Yeah, and with the help of my niece, who's there as well, will be feeding me food, and I've got to guess what it is. So I'm going to give it 5 different things, and I've got to guess what she's putting in my mouth. And then if I, obviously I'm going to get all 5 right, and then next week or whenever Nate's on, he won't do as well. So you're watching the winning video, is all I can say. Here we go.
Hi everybody, are we ready? Number 1.
I'm really scared.
Right, open your mouth please. Open.
Let me smell it first.
No, it's a taste test, not a smell test. Open your mouth.
That's gross. Is that like pickle juice?
No.
Wait. Oh, that is grim. Is that like vinegar? So, it's very. Oh! It's still in my mouth.
Do I need to get you water?
I'm trying to figure out what it is. You know, I actually recognise the taste. Why would I recognise that?
Hurry up.
I'm trying to taste them more.
You're taking a minute.
Where's the
5.
juice? Wait!
4.
Yeah, I'm going with like
3.
pickle juice or something.
Right, you're wrong.
What was it?
It was lemon juice.
Oh.
Number 2.
Banana.
Okay, hurry up. It's empty.
Yeah, man.
Number 3.
It's burning my tongue. Is it mustard? I feel so sick. What was it? No, don't tell me. Oh, yeah, it's all over my mouth. Can you hurry up, like, get me a towel. Elena, quick!
Oh no!
This is really gross. I really didn't enjoy that one.
Right, there's water.
Right, 1 out of 3 is good.
1 out of 3 is rubbish.
That one.
foot to the table. Not that you can see what I'm doing. Have a drink.
Where's the water? It got so far down. What? Oh, it's a mug. Okay.
Okay, number 4.
Peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
A Dr.
Have a drink. What's your auntie be doing? Yeah, you have some chocolate.
Oh, is that chocolate? Is that the next one?
Abigail. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm ready.
And final one. Can't believe how long this is taking you.
What is it? Is it jam?
No.
Ooh. The peanut butter's clouding my mouth. I really don't know what that is at all.
Applesauce.
Oh, tastes delicious.
Once you know what it is.
Where's the cloth? Well, there we have it. How many did I get? 2.
2.
I'm very bright out here. See you next time, Sid.
Hello! I'm back. Very sorry. Good news though, guys. Good news. You may not have to watch me much longer on a screen, but you might have to watch me in real life. Very sorry. But June, guys, we might be able to get back to some sort of normal human being life. Maybe. Won't that be interesting? Anyway, tonight I shall be trying to be short, guys. But I would like to just let you in on something that dawned on me the other day when I was reading the Bible. And my title tonight is He's With You. So sometimes when we think about God, you can think of God as being this distant, all-powerful being who breathes out stars. And he is. But I want to show you that also he's not distant in terms of physical distance, or he doesn't have to be. He can be right up close and personal. And he's not distant in an emotional sense either. He's actually full of love and compassion for you. And he really cares. He can see the largest things in our lives, like the biggest things that's going on and the biggest things that are going on our planet, and that he really cares about. But he also sees, and I know I've go on about this, but he also sees the small intricate details of each of our lives. In Psalm 131, and I'm going to read it, well, a little bit of it, and it says, "You know when I sit and when I rise, you perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, O Lord, you know it completely." Like, he knows what I'm thinking, what I'm about to say before it even comes out of my mouth. That's how like intricate he knows us. And also in Luke, it tells us that even the numbers of hairs on our heads are numbered. That's how much detail God knows about us, and he cares. There's a great account in the Bible in a book which is called Mark, for it is written, we think, by a bloke called Mark. And Mark recounts loads of things that happened whilst Jesus was physically on the earth. And there's loads of stuff and miracles and like loads of stuff. Go read it. There's tons of stuff in there. But I'm going to read a bit to you that I read the other day in Mark 7. So if you'd like to turn to your Bible, do it now. And 7 verse 45 to 51. So just a little bit of background to this. The disciples, or the Jesus's friends, followers, the close ones to him, had just been sent out on mission to do some loads of exciting stuff, and they've just come back together, and they're all gathered around Jesus, and they've been telling him like what's happened and all the amazing exciting things they've done and seen. And there's tons and tons and tons of busyness, and like people coming and going, and in fact it's so busy that they've not even had time to eat. And Jesus is like, okay guys, yeah, this is brilliant, but like let's come away with you, come away with me by yourselves to a quiet place, and we'll get some rest. So that they went away to what they thought was going to be like a solitary place, it's called in the Bible. But as they're leaving, all these people see them, and they're like, I know those guys, they've got a guy called Jesus, and when he's around, like amazing stuff happens. And so this basically happened like all the time when Jesus was around, and people used to follow him everywhere because they used to just be so attracted to like everything that was going on, and these miracles were happening, and the stuff he used to teach was different to all the other stuff they'd heard before, and there was something about it was brilliant. Anyway, so all these people ran off after them, and despite the fact that they were meant to be going and having a bit of a rest, all these people had followed them. And then Jesus, when he sees them, because he's so full of love and compassion for people, felt love and compassion for them, because they were, like it says here, they were like sheep without a shepherd. So he begins to teach them stuff and to try and help them. And all of this stuff happens, and then the disciples are like, it's late and these people haven't eaten, and I would probably be thinking, I haven't eaten, I'm hungry, give me food please. And Jesus is like, yeah, these people, they've not eaten. And then he's like, let's feed them. Disciples are like, huh? We don't have any food. And so he was like, let's go and see what food we've got. And from there, the story that you might know about the feeding of the 5,000 happens. So another amazing miracle out of, I think it was, I've forgotten how, 2 loaves and 5 fishes, or is it 5 loaves and 2 fishes? Goodness sake. Jesus breaks them and distributes, and him and his disciples distribute all this food to thousands of people miraculously, right? So anyway, all of this stuff has just happened. And then I'm going to read where we're going to read for tonight. And it says, verse 45. Immediately, Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to Bethsaida, while he dismissed the crowd. After leaving them, he went up on a mountainside to pray. Later that night, the boat was in the middle of the lake, and he was alone on land. He saw the disciples strain at the oars because the wind was against them. Shortly before dawn, he went out to them walking on the lake. He was about to pass by them, but when they saw him walking on the lake, they thought he was a ghost, and they cried out because they all saw him, and they were absolutely terrified, as you would be. Immediately, he spoke to them and said, "Take courage, it's okay, it's me, don't be afraid." Then he climbed into the boat with them, and the wind died down. They were completely amazed. So, all of this stuff has just happened. And then Jesus sends them away while he goes up on a mountainside to pray. And he sends them off into a boat, and they end up in the middle of a lake. And they were away fighting against the wind and the oars whilst Jesus isn't there. And they're not generally having a great time, I don't think. So just for a minute, put yourself in those disciples' position. So they're having a right mare, basically, with the weather. The wind is howling. You're having to fight with the oars to make the boat go in the direction you want. It's probably quite late at night. And if it was me, I'd be like, this is just really annoying and I want to go to sleep, and the flipping wind is flipping battering me oars. Yeah, and probably have Peter in the back throwing up if it's really choppy, and I don't know, something like that. Anyway, Jesus is nowhere to be seen at this point. He's up a mountain praying, and you're there battling with this blooming wind and your oars. It's choppy out there, and it wasn't nice. Jesus was not there. So I think the disciples possibly fairly annoyed, some freaking out depending on how choppy it is. And then in the middle of all of this, you're having a fight and a mare of everything, and then you see a ghost. I mean, just to top it off, like you're having this mare and then you see a ghost. I mean, I think I'd have probably fainted or something. But anyway, it says in here that all of them saw him and all of them were petrified. So they're all screaming like girls. And if that's, yeah, okay. I've just been sexist, soz girls. I'm sure boys can scream like boys. Anyway, they're all screaming and are scared of this ghost. So it is actually Jesus, and they only realise when he speaks. But as soon as they're scared, right, it says immediately he speaks to them. So immediately they're like, "Wah!" And immediately goes, "Guys, it's okay. Don't worry, it's only me, it's me." And they're like, and so Jesus just goes and gets into their boat and the wind calms down. Now, that it seems like a small bit of the story, but you know, it's actually quite important, or I think it is. So it's a little bit like us in our situations sometimes, don't you think? So, you know, we could be in situations like, and I know some of you guys are coming up to situations, you could be in situations that are not nice and the wind is blowing against you, and, you know, metaphorically speaking, and things are happening that you're not happy with, or things are not going the way you've planned. And, you know, right at this moment, maybe, you know, if you're a Christian and you know Jesus a bit, like, you're just like, well, where are you, Jesus? Like, I'm going through all of this, and like, this isn't nice, and I can't see you at the minute. What is going on? And Jesus seems to have gone somewhere. Well, maybe that is how you feel at the moment, or maybe we're coming up to moments like that in our lives. Well, it's at those moments that we can take courage, and it can be in those moments that we can be like the disciples, and we can take courage from Jesus's words. The same Jesus that was here in this situation, who was powerful enough and peaceful enough and in control enough to walk on those choppy waters, is the same Jesus that can walk with us on our choppy waters. And obviously I'm speaking metaphorically, so, you know, the choppy waters can be those really worrying and disquieting and anxious times that we're going through. Well, that same Jesus, who is powerful enough to be in control of the wind and the waves and not be worried about them, can walk alongside us, and he will not be worried about the wind and the waves, but we can walk alongside him in confidence, knowing that he's walking alongside us and he's in control. Also, that same Jesus who, as soon as the disciples cried out in fear and was like, what's going on? He's the same Jesus who says to us in those moments that we are scared, it's okay, guys, it's all right. I'm here. I'm right here. It's still me. I'm still here. I'm not gone anywhere. And we can just call to him in that moment and know that he's right there. And he's that same Jesus who will also get into our boat with us and bring us peace. So whatever you're going to go through this week, guys, and I know, like I say, some of you will be coming up to go back to school this week. Maybe you're worried about it. Maybe a bit frightened, or maybe you're just in situations where you're just like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand where God is in all of this. Well, wherever you're at, you can say, yeah, Jesus, I need you, you know, the one who is in control of everything, that magnificent, creating, star-breathing God, who created the heavens and earth, but cares about me in such an intimate and loving way. And I need you to be walking alongside me during this situation. And you know what? He absolutely loves to come and do that. And we only have to just invite him. And he's there anyway, but you know, we can just invite him at that moment to be like, Jesus, just be with me right now. And he will, and he loves to do that. So I'd invite you to just do that. So anytime that you're feeling a bit scared or a bit worried, or you just don't get what's going on, just remember that story, that you can be like scared, but you can be like, Jesus at the same time, come and get in my boat with me. And he will. Anyway, I hope that's made some sense to you guys, and I hope that you have a great week, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Laura, sister of mine. That was very, very good. And I hope you guys got something from it too. And remember that God is always with us and always will be. Guys, this is obviously the end of Surge Online tonight. And hopefully, at some point in these next coming months, we'll be able to join together a little bit more in person, which will be very exciting, as Laura mentioned at the start of her video. Now, who knows when that's going to be, but we are going to be praying for you guys as you go back to school this Monday and things hopefully start to lift and change and get some normality back to our lives. But I know it's going to be quite strange for some of you because it's been another 2-3 months or whatever it's been since you were last in a normal school setting, or maybe even longer, really. So we're going to be praying for you guys and hoping you have a really good first week back and the term goes really well. For those that are worried, we'll be praying that you get a real good peace about everything, whether it's exams or whatever things you might be worrying about. As always, please do message us if you've got anything you want prayer about, or just want to tell us anything about, or ask us a question. We would love to hear from you guys, okay? So, and that is it. Hope to see you very, very soon. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.